Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you spending your time with me. And if you're already a subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. And don't forget to hit the like button. And I'd really appreciate you sharing the link as I'm really trying to grow my online presence. If you're not yet a subscriber and you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe and like buttons. And don't forget to check the little bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. Just a quick reminder that the last chance sale is still on, but items are while supplies last. Also, you can check out the carryover list and the last chance list on my blog at critters'n'inc.com. And if you have any questions about either list or how the last chance list works, please contact me by email at critters'n'inc@gmail.com or by using the contact button on my blog. Today I'm going to be showcasing a stamp set from the Sale-a-bration flyer that's coming in January. I needed some thank you cards at for the end of the month, and I just love the Beautifully Happy stamp set that's free with a $120 purchase. And I'm also going to be using the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper that's free with a $60 purchase. I wish I could show you the inside of the flyer. Unfortunately, I can't until January the 4th, I think. But there's some really cute things in here. As a demonstrator, I have a chance to pre-order from the new catalog, and that's why I already have some of these products. So let's get going. I'm going to be making this card today. This card was actually designed by my friend Doreen, and I actually showcased these cards at a team meeting this week in the different colors. So this one I've done in the Balmy Blue, and this one is in Mango Melody. This one is Blushing Bride. This one is Petal Pink. It's kind of a peachy color. It's really pretty. And which one is this? This one is Fresh Freesia and Balmy Blue again. So today I'm going to be doing the Blushing Bride. So I've got Blushing Bride ink and Pear Pizzazz ink, as well as Memento black. And to do this card, you're going to need your card base, which I have here in the Blushing Bride. And I also have 3 pieces of basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4. And 4 little pieces of the Dainty Flower Designer Series paper. So I have one that is 3/4 by 5 1/4, 3/4 by 4, 1/2 inch by 5, and 1/2 inch by about 3 1/2. And so these are the papers from this series, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And there's one in here that I couldn't sort of get on there, and I haven't done anything with it yet. I've only had these for a week or so, and I've been busy with other things, but look at that. Ooh, that is so pretty. So you have basically 8 card fronts sitting right here, and then the back of it is like a watercolor. Isn't that pretty? I might as well show you the rest of them while I've got them here. So this floral, let me see if I can find a full page. So we have, this pinkish color, and then on the back we have Starry Sky in a little check. We have this one with the larger flowers on it, and that on the back of that is a watercolor as well. Then we have this one, which you can cut in half this way and then, cut it into 4-inch pieces, and that will make at least 6 cards this way, and then you can cut some of the pieces off the bottom and use that for decoration or whatever. And then that is Old Olive, it looks like. And that's that one again. And then we have this green little number which with all the greenery. I just love this. I think it's so pretty. And then it's got a fresh freesia dot. Isn't that pretty? So that's this Dainty Flowers. And again, this is free with a $60 purchase in Canada. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like to get your hands on the new January to April mini catalog, which is this one, feel free to contact me and I'd be more than happy to get one to you. And I can either, if you live in my area, I can either hand deliver it or you can pick it up. And I'm very happy to pop one in the mail if you live somewhere else in Canada. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is stamp our flower. So let's get this other stuff out of the way. And I'm going to take my large flower. And for this, you're going to need an E block or your Stamparatus. If you're doing a bunch of them, you might as well just use your Stamparatus. And I will be coloring mine in with the Stamparatus. I'll show you that shortly. So to stamp my flower, I just used the Memento Tuxedo Black. All right, so I'm just going to stamp it. And it doesn't matter which, how you stamp it because you're going to be fussy cutting it anyway. So in lieu of fussy cutting it, I did use my brother's Scan and Cut to cut out several. I put, as I said, I put 8 on a page. But what you need to do is, if you look at the design, there's a couple of places where the design doesn't close. If you know what I mean. Why is that not focusing? So like right in here, you can see that there's an open area, and there's another open area here and here. So if you're using the Scan and Cut, this would cut into the leaf, which you don't want. Let me zoom in a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine tip part of my Stampin' Write Black, and I'm just going to close that little gap, just like that. And anywhere that you see where there's a slight opening, you just want to make sure that that's closed. And really, all it takes is kind of just a dot of the black. And I just want to make sure that I don't have any open areas here. There, so now when I do the scan part of the Scan and Cut, this is an enclosed design, so it will just outline the flower. And then when I put when I put the little 0.04 outline around it, you can see that I've just put like a little white outline around it, and it would be as if I was cutting it out with a die. And that would eliminate, if I missed a little tiny spot, that would eliminate it cutting where I don't want it to. So I did cut out a bunch of these. So rather, in lieu of fussy cutting this, we'll just use one that I've pre-cut with my Scan and Cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Stamparatus. Oops. And I'm going to, so when I cut it out with my brother, I did cut out a piece in between and create kind of a jig. And so now I have that jig in my Stamparatus, and I'm holding it down with 2 magnets. And I do have my spongy layered, let me zoom back out. Oops, wrong one. I do have my spongy layer that comes with the Stamparatus down because these are photopolymer stamps, and you do need to have that little bit of give underneath. The red rubber stamps have it built into them, but the photopolymer don't. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my cutout flower, and I'm going to line up this stamp onto my stamped image, and then I'm going to line it up. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to pick it up with my stamp apparatus. And it picked up the cutout, but that's okay. I'm just going to pop it right back in. And that's why I have that jig, so that I know exactly where it goes. So now I'm going to take my Blushing Bride and I'm just going to ink up my flower. And I'm just going to hold it down for a second and let that ink absorb. Look at how pretty that is. Now if I wanted to go back over it, I can do that because it's sitting in the jig and it's not going to move. So actually I think I will just add a little bit more ink. Just ink it up again. There. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Okay, and now I'm going to clean that off, and I'm going to take my pear pizzazz. Now, of course, you can use any green that you like. Just going to clean that off before I put it away, because I don't want to have any ink transfer anywhere. So I'm just using my chamois. I had cut the chamois in half just for using it on here so that it's a little bit easier to maneuver. Now I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to do the same thing. So make sure that that's situated where I want it to be. And then I'm going to, let me see how this is going to go. It's going to go like this. And same thing, I'm just lining the leaves up with my cutout. That's the beauty of the photopolymer. You can see through it so that you can see what you're doing. I'm just going to zoom out a smidgen. Okay, and I'm going to pick up my leaves. Now, if it's off a little bit, it's watercolor, so don't worry about it. But that's the beauty of the jig. It'll hold that in place. Okay, and I'm just going to press that down. Oops, didn't get the bottom. I think I'm going to move this bottom magnet. That could be my problem. Much better. And I just want to clean around here because I sure don't want that ink to transfer. Now, if I was doing a pile of them all at once, I would just take out this cutout and pop the next one in. So I would take this one out. And because my stamp is already lined up, I can just ink up this one and stamp it. And I would just keep doing that as I'm creating all my cards. Let's grab another one. So you get my drift. Right, I'll just grab another one here. Which is fine because they all have to be stamped at some point anyway, don't they? So I'm just going to pop that in there. And there we go. So now for the next one, let me just clean this off so that I don't transfer any ink. And my next stamp that I'm going to use is this one here. Okay, so let me pop my cutout back in. And I'm going to lay this where it needs to go. Beautiful. Okay. So now I'm going to pick that one up. And for that, I'm going to use the pear pizzazz again. There's one. And there we are. So there's our third one. And that's the one that we'll be using for our card. And I'll just wipe this quickly. This is a great idea whenever you're doing multiples of any kind of a card. Okay, so next we're going to create our lattice work, and that's this part here with our stripes. So we're going to take our 3/4 by 5 1/4 and lay it down, and the 3/4 by 4. Oops. And I'm just placing them because I'm not going to glue them in this order. And then my next one is the 1/2 inch by 5. It's going to go here. And my 1/2 inch by, what did I say, 3 1/2-ish, it's going to go here. So the first one I want to do is this one. So let me get these out of the way. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Oh boy, that came out fast. Okay. And I'm going to line this one back up so that I know where to place this one. And I'm going to put that one right there. So I've got about maybe just over 1/8 of an inch between the two. And then the next one I'm going to lay down is the smaller, the 1/2 inch by 3 1/2. And I want that to be, let's see, this is going to go here. So I want this one to be about there. So I'm going to leave this one here so that I know where to place that one. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. And then this is going to sit right here. There, so that's going to sit, ooh, I want it right at the edge. And then the next one will be the long, wider one. So 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4 is going to go here. And then 1/2 inch by 4 is our final one. And that will go right on the bottom here. And there we go. So simple. Oh, my husband just brought me down my new paper pumpkin. Yay! All right, so I'm going to just give that a little trim. I guess I cut these a little bit long, but that's okay. You can always take it away, right? You just can't add it on. So I got a little bit of glue here. I'm just going to take my glue eraser and just get rid of that. If you don't have one of these glue erasers, honestly, best investment. There. It rolls the glue up in a little ball and doesn't damage your paper. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my little thank you. Where are you? Where are you? Here we are. And I want that to go right here. All right, so let me pick that up. And I think I'm actually going to stamp it in the green this time. I think on the last one, did I do green or pink? No, I did the green. I kind of like it with the green. It brings the green out. So let me ink up my stamp. Now this stamp is a little bit wonky. So if you don't get it perfectly straight, it's not going to matter because it's not straight anyway. All right, so I'm just going to pop it over here. And then now we can pop our flower onto our card using some dimensionals. Okie doke. So let me pop that on there. I'm a little heavy-handed with the dimensionals today, but that's all right. All right, so let's pop that off of here. Alrighty, and then that's just going to go on here somewhere. Okay, and now we can attach this onto our card front. And I'm not going to pop this backing up on dimensionals. I'm just going to use regular glue. Just center it right on there. And next I'm going to put a little bow on the stem here. Let me grab my little bow jig. All right, so if you haven't used one of these before, let me zoom in a little bit. I'll try my best to keep it in the frame. So I just got mine on Amazon, but you can get them on Michaels, at Michaels, I mean. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the end of my ribbon and I'm going to lay it across the front of the two spindles like this. Okay. Then I'm going to wrap around the back and just pop it underneath both ribbons. And then I'm going to just tie a knot. And that's it. Now when you pull your two ends tight, just keep the knot right in the middle. And then just pull tight, nice and snug. Pull it off your spindles, and there's your bow. Perfect bow every single time. You can do a double bow by going around twice if you want to. Yeah, so easy. When I first got mine, I had to watch the video a couple times because I wasn't quite grasping it. But now, you know, it's just second nature. You just use it. All right, let me grab a glue dot. Pop that onto a glue dot. Okay, and that's just going to go right here. So pretty. And then next I'm going to take my wink of Stella and I'm just going to winkify the floral part. I love wink of Stella. It's just a subtle glimmer, but it's so pretty. It just brings everything to life. And then next I'm going to put a little bit of jewels on there. And for this one I'm using my iridescent basic pearls. Got a big cat hair right on there. it's there, it's staying there. And I'll just take my taker pick tool. And I'm going to put a large pearl in the middle of the flower, and then just a couple of smaller ones around. Oh, so pretty. All right, so that's the outside of our card. Now for the inside, I have another piece of 4 by 5 1/4. And for this, I'm going to use this little floral here. And just sending happy thoughts on the inside. Or no, you know what? I'm going to do Kindness Matters. I think I'll do Kindness Matters. And let's see. I'll use my Blushing Bride. And then I'll use Kindness Matters. I'll just pop that right in the middle. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. All right, and we'll just glue that up and get her inside the card. Glue's a little gloppy today. I don't know if that has to do with the weather pressure or not. We're in the middle of a snowstorm. So far, we have well over a foot of snow. So let's take our envelope. Never have a naked envelope, they say. So let's go ahead and stamp our little flower in the corner. And there we have our card. Isn't that pretty? I hope you've enjoyed those. So here are the other ones. So we have the Fresh Freesia, Balmy Blue, Petal Pink, Melon Mambo, and another Balmy Blue. So those are my thank you cards for December. Aren't they pretty? So if you have any questions about any of the products that I've used, they will be listed below in the description. And if you would like to have me send you one of these new catalogs that is effective January the 4th, I believe, and it will come with the new Sale-a-bration flyer, which I wish I could show you what's inside, but unfortunately I can't. But this flyer will also be available, January the 5th until the end of February for Sale-a-bration. And also during Sale-a-bration, if you join Stampin' Up, if you join my team during Sale-a-bration, there's a new mini die cutter. Let me show you the one I have. So it's a new one of these, but it's blue, boho blue. And that is a hint that that might be one of the new in colors. So it's boho blue, and you will receive one of these with as part of your joining kit. Starting January 5th. So if that interests you and you've given some thought to becoming a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, let me know. I can tell you all about it. And you don't have to do videos and you don't have to do classes, but you do get a 20% discount. So if you're a hobbyist and that's something that might interest you, go ahead and let me know. Once again, you can contact me at crittersinc.com or crittersinc@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have or get you a catalog in your hot little hands. So thanks so much. If you're into the snow belt like we are, take good care and drive safe. And thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.